right, let's get the set up. This should be a play. I hope so. We are live streaming now. I don't know if that's turning. Camera's going with it. Use your mic. This thing can pop off and on. It's just like just make sure it doesn't rub against anything eventually. Or A hockey, AP week. Should have a good matchup. I think we're going to see a little bit more of a competitive game versus the Centennial and Blaine game. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Andover's got a great program right now. Their WAPV team is one of the best in the state. And I think they're coming after us. They don't like our black jerseys. I was down near the players area on my way up here, and I heard one of the Andover kids making fun of us for our black jerseys, asking us how we combined Coon Rapids and Spring Lake Park and how we got black jerseys. So I think those boys are going to come out ready, their gloves off, ready to go.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a much more competitive game than the last two. I think we're coming off the heels of a Centennial win, which was 9-1, I believe. Some people had it down as 8-1, but I think they forgot to get the 9th goal up on the scoreboard. But then it was a 6-0 win against Blaine. So I think this is going to be a lot more competitive starting today, and that we're going to have to really work as a team to earn this win. Hey, on a side note, John, I think today is Concussion Awareness Day or something. Jimmers was talking about how it's Blackout Wednesday. I think he's referring to like a concussion protocol day. So hopefully all these boys understand that having their mouth guards in their mouth is important to prevent concussions. But matter of fact, a few parents are going to meet afterwards at Jimmers to continue the conversation about Blackout Wednesday and what that means for concussion prevention.
Well, we definitely don't want any concussions on the ice. We definitely don't want any blackouts on the ice.
No, we don't. I'm sure we'll see some though after the game with some of the parents later on. But tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so hopefully everybody's got a good holiday coming up.
Well, today, I mean, I know we're getting off the subject of concussions and blacking out, but today is the biggest party day of the year.
Oh, it is very much
the biggest party of the, everyone comes home, they go to their local bar or Jimmer's house, and they, and they get back into their groove, as they say, before the holidays.
You know, it is what it is.
I mean, speaking of the holidays, Billy, have you got your tree up yet?
Been where?
Have you got your tree up yet?
I don't, actually. I was just talking to my daughter today whether or not we were going to get a real tree or continue to use our Charlie Brown-looking fake tree.
What's the tradition in the Hamas house?
Typically, it's a Charlie Brown pre-lit tree that looks really skimpy and pathetic, but I saw in Blaine that Cub Foods off of Main and 65 has real trees in the lot. So that, I might change it up this year. I thought the smell of it, I love a good real smell.
I don't know what you have going on Friday, if you have to work or if you got the day off, but maybe you should head up to like Pine Haven Farms, get out the old saw and chop a tree down.
I might have to.
Yeah.
I actually have Friday off, so does Sarah, so might have to partake. I've never done a real tree ever. When I was a kid, we used to get real trees that were flocked, different colors.
Well, everyone in the audience and myself personally, we're going to stay tuned to see what you guys wind up doing for your Christmas tree.
All right. I'll keep the fans informed. Hopefully, we're live streaming here. Matter of fact, we have a special guest, our a thermal cutie, Brandon Krause. Do you have your phone on you? Can you go to YouTube and go to our YouTube channel and just make sure this is live streaming fine?
Absolutely, for you fine gentlemen.
We have our former guest speaker. She filled in for you on this last game. Did a great job.
What do you think about today's matchup, the Turkey Day Showdown against Andover Huskies?
So if they win, they get a turkey.
If they win, they get a turkey. Are you providing that turkey? No. All right, well, it looks like we are live on YouTube. Brandon just confirmed, so we're good to go, John.
They get a turkey as a pet.
Well, we're down Stone tonight.
No, we're not, John, actually.
Stone
So that actually, yeah, leading into today's game, we had his mom had mentioned that Stone was not feeling the best and was sick, and we didn't expect him to be here. But about a few hours before game time here, his mom text said that they had went to a doctor and they think that he's able to play today, so he's going to be in the starting lineup.
You know, if I were him too, nobody wants to go see Grandma tomorrow and tell her that you didn't play the night before when she asks how hockey's going and how the game went. You want to be able to sit down with Grandma, aunts, uncles, all your cousins and tell them that you won your game last night and you're a winner.
Absolutely, especially against Andover, one of our biggest rivals. We want to dominate them, and Trevor Stone's been one of the key parts of this success.
You know, as we talked about, I think it was the Blaine game, the Triple S line, if they bring those boys back out tonight, that's a tough threat for anybody to play against.
It is, and that's the Schulte, Stone, Stewart line, our top line, and Stone's a crucial part as our top line center. So hopefully that's the line we see here. See what they're going to do. We had a little bit of a switch up on the last game where Carlin was playing up at winger. Looks like our starting lineup, though, is going to be Drew Milich, Olsen, Green. We got Max Peterson and Michael Chalstrom out there. All right, as we look for the opening faceoff. Boys lose that faceoff. Milich up there to pressure. Continuing to pressure. Isaac dropping back. Gets possession of the puck, carries it over, but Blaine strips him and comes back. Michael with a good stick to keep it in the neutral zone. Unfortunately, Andover's continuing to pressure. Chalstrom brings it back into the defensive zone. Banks it off the boards, trying to get it to his forwards. Milich racing to beat it, but Andover's going to beat it. They bring it back into their defensive zone, trying to regroup. Andover on a good rush as he comes back through, enters our defensive zone. Jake, though, with a good glove. Jake, again, he's been an amazing part of this team.
First shot of the game, comes up big with a nice glove save on a good offensive rush by Andover.
Making a great statement. For some reason, our tracking's not going great again, so we might have to do this manually here. The boys again pressuring. Jake's going to cover. We couldn't just get a handle on that puck. We'll see what we can do on this face-off. Andover winning that drop, bringing it back, but Schulte comes out with it. Andover able to dump it in deep. Vaughn picking up behind the net. I'm going to have to turn off auto tracking again because it wasn't tracking it all the way. Bear with me, folks, as we try to figure out our tracking. Boys out front pressuring. Schulte with an attempted shot. It deflects off an Andover player, goes behind the net. Gets it out in front. Back to Vaughn. Vaughn from the point, just wide. Andover regrouping, able to get possession of this puck. Brings it out to the center ice. Liam back to scoop it up, though. Brings it back out to neutral ice. Stewart bringing it in with some speed and aggression. Brings it into the offensive zone. Loses the handle behind the play. This is, again, the issue I had on the last game where it just didn't, want to track it. Let's see if we can get it to go. It's following the play right now. There we go, folks. We might be back in business with the auto tracking. Kraus backs it up, gets it out to the neutral zone. Andover's able to dump it in deep behind our goalie. Kraus is the first to it. Wraps it around the boards. Not able to get it out of the zone. Andover picks it up behind our net. Tries to throw it out front. Doesn't get any steam on it. Pitzel picks it up and passes it over. Who is that? Isaac Olsen brings it in deep. Drops it back to Will Pitzel. Will walking it in. Nobody there, unfortunately. Drops it back to Max Peterson. Max tries to get a shot off. Gets deflected wide. Andover able to get a handle on that puck. They dump it in deep. It's on net. Will picks it up, brings it around the back of the net. Will drives it back out to the defense, or out to the neutral zone. Andover able to get a hold of it. Michael Chalstrom steps up with a toe drag. Tries to get it, but doesn't make it. Boys are regrouping. Battle behind the offensive goalie. Andover picks the puck up. They're able to break it out of the zone. Unfortunately, the pass deflects off his stick and goes a little bit too far. Our boy's able to pick it back up. Unfortunately, pass intercepted in the neutral zone. Shot by Andover. Goes off the blocker of Jake. Pops up really high. Comes back down. Jake's able to cover, and we have a little scrum in front of the net.
I mean, the boys are moving the puck. They're trying to do some things here. It's only a matter of time till they start connecting.
Well, and like I said, John, this is exactly what I expect. A little bit more of a competition than the last game. It's been a good even back and forth. I think Andover brings a lot more competitive players than our past two teams, unfortunately. So our boys are going to really have to work together as a team to be able to win this. Liam pressuring behind the net. Keegan Green in the corner trying to pressure. Vaughn there to support, tries to chip it out. Unfortunately, Andover winds up the puck. Shot from the point, goes way wide of the net. Liam backing up to try to get it. He gets it over to Drew Milich. Drew Milich tries to pass it over to Isaac Olsen. Unfortunately, it makes it out of the zone. Andover tries to bring it back in. It goes off sides, and we get a whistle.
We need to stop running around in our D zone. We need to break the puck out and get some offensive action here. Bringing out the triple S line. Here we go.
Stone wins that one. Schulte grabs the puck. Drives it in deep. Tries to get it over to Stone. Andover, though, intercepts that. Coming back up. They're off sides, and we get another whistle.
Well, they're trying to make some plays. We've seen a couple things. They're trying to get some things working here. Hopefully they can start to connect on some of this puck movement.
Carlin makes a pass, great pass up to Stone. Stone drives it in the zone, does a drop back pass to Schulte. Schulte cuts right in front of the net, but then unfortunately just can't get a shot off. Schulte over to Stone. Stone with a shot on goal. Fortunately, the Andover goalie is able to save that puck, keep them from going down one goal.
Schulte, great vision, saw his partner over there in front of the net, unmanned, and a good quick shot, just unfortunately shut down by Andover.
Hitzel on this faceoff dot here in the offensive zone. This is a big faceoff here. He wins it back behind him. Fortunately, Andover gets it, and they're able to get it out of the zone. Cross dropping back to grab that puck, trying to recruit. Passes it over to Carlin. Carlin passes it up to, I can't tell you. Oh, that was Gazzoni. Gazzoni trying to get it back out of the zone. Andover able to pressure and keep it in the zone. Kraus passing it up to Ross. Pitzel is able to pick it up in the zone. They get a potential pressure. Andover goalie gets to it first, though, and is able to cover it for a whistle.
You know, I noticed on that one, great effort to get the puck into the zone. The boys need to crash the net. They can't just skate off to the side and assume that that puck is going to be a dead puck. They got to crash that net here.
Yeah, absolutely. Andover wins that faceoff. We hold the zone, though. Pitzel again, trying to apply pressure right up the middle. Slap shot by Chelstrom from the point. Fortunately, it hit some traffic in front of the net. Boys keep on battling. They're definitely playing physical out there. Andover rushing it in. Max Peterson coming back. Andover tried to tip that right in front of the goalie. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Ross sends it down the length of the ice, and that's going to be an icing coming back our direction.
You know, sometimes you just need a timeout, reset the deck, get a line change, get someone fresh out there for this draw, and let's try to make something happen here.
We're going to have Isaac Olson in the face-off circle here. It's a crucial face-off win here. 8:25 left of the first period. Max Peterson to try to hit it to the green. Green can't keep a handle on it, unfortunately, because Andover has a player there. Again, Green tries to get it out. He does get it out to the neutral zone. Fortunately, it goes right to the stick of an Andover kid who tries to bring it back in, but they're going to be offsides as they try to walk it back in. And we'll get a neutral zone, a face-off.
Okay, well, we got it out of our zone. Now let's see if we can get it in their zone and create some offensive opportunities.
Looks like they're going to call that a intentional offside, so we're going to have a face-off on their side. Again, it looks like we're going to get a checking call. Going to be against us. It's like against Isaac Olson. Shout out to penalty box attendant James Ross, Blaine's finest.
Officer Ross.
He's used to being in the jail cell there with the penalized players, as he's Blaine's finest.
I always feel comfortable when he's on box duty.
Absolutely. Hopefully he can have a counseling session with Isaac and get his head spurred back on, and we'll be good to go. 5-on-4 hockey here. Vaughn in the back of the net battling. Andover, though, retains possession. Tries to go point on point. It's intercepted, though, by Schulte. Schulte tries to make a rush. It does not make it, though. Back into the defensive zone. Dang, this thing. Struggling again with our camera. Andover behind the net, pressuring. Schulte, though, again, too much for them to handle. He chips it out to the neutral zone. Stu back to pressure. Andover able to get possession of that. It's 2-on-1 with Liam. Liam pressuring, pushes the defenseman out to the center. He centers the puck, but Jake in the crease is able to gobble it up and prevent that from being a 1-goal deficit.
You know, pretty good PK right here. These boys shut down that nice rush. Didn't let them create a good offensive opportunity. Stay inside.
SLP Coon Rapids actually wins that draw. We bring it out to the neutral zone. Stu trying to pass it up to Schulte. He gets possession of it. They bring it into the offensive zone. Andover intercepts the pass and is able to get possession of it as they brought back. Again, our PK is too much for them to handle. Schulte coming up. That goalie's not challenging Schulte. Schulte gets a good shot on goal. Unfortunately, it's right into his stick. Kraus, fresh legs on the ice, dropping back. An easy angle shot from Andover there. Jake's able to easily hang on to it. We're back to full strength hockey here as we kill that first penalty kill. Jake again in front of the net, goes down and covers.
Not what I expected for the pace of the first period. I expected us to have some great rushes, good opportunities.
Yeah, I believe we're being outshot. Shots are 4 on goal for Andover and 2 on goal for us, and it's just not where we'd like to be. We'd like to see the boys pressuring a little bit more and spending more time in the offensive zone. All right, the boys get the possession of the puck, bringing it up. Shot on goal right into the belly, unfortunately, and the goalie's able to easily save that.
Good rush. Now we're heading in the right direction here.
Absolutely. I think this is the turning tide here. I think this is where it goes.
We got to get that first goal and get on the board.
Pitzel in the faceoff dot. He wins it straight back to Kraus. Kraus back to Carlin. Carlin keeps it in deep. Unfortunately, it's intercepted by an Andover player who gets it. They try to get it out. Carlin is there again and able to hold the zone. Gazzoni gets it, keeps it. Carlin again with another good deal to keep it in the zone. And Carlin's going to end up going for a tripping call. I don't know if I agree with that call, John. I think that's a...
I don't like that at all.
That's a question.
Two players aggressively playing the puck. Unfortunately, the Husky went down. And
Carlin was just going through the hands of that player, and unfortunately doesn't go our way.
No, and he had a great shift, great step at the blue line, held the blue line, and unfortunately that one didn't go our way.
Yeah, I don't know if I can agree with that one. We're going to have an offensive or defensive zone draw here. Got Isaac Olsen in the dot. Andover wins that. Tries to send it to their defenseman, but Drew Milich is there quickly and is able to pressure. Knocks it out of the zone. Drew again is just pressuring, playing very aggressively. I like it. Max Peterson gets it, chips it out, but Andover's defenseman is able to hold the zone. Fortunately, it lands again on the stick of Max Peterson, playing a game of whack-a-mole here at this point.
Great aggressive penalty kill by Drew Milich. I like to see that.
Yep. Max is able to chip it out of the zone. The refs are calling it off. It must have hit an Andover player. Again, our boys are pressuring. Drew is just really playing aggressive today. I like it. 42 seconds left in this PK. Let's see what the boys can continue to pressure throughout this penalty kill. Andover bringing it into our zone. Chalstrom back to try to interrupt the play. Can't get it done. Max again with a nice play to get it out of the zone. Andover trying to regroup in the neutral zone. Andover's passes are looking really good and crispy. Fortunately, a weak shot from the point ain't going to do it with Jake and net. He's got a strong glove and comes up big.
It doesn't look like Andover has any type of power play developed.
Which one?
They're just throwing the puck around with random guys. I mean, I'm glad we can shut this down and continue to move on to the next face-off here.
We thought it was cheap. We win that draw. Liam tries the Panther. Stu coming out hot. Drives it in deep, and he's still retaining possession of it. Dew is looking like a possessed hockey player here.
Stu's
we killed that penalty.
I don't know who put a quarter in him today.
I like it. I hope he continues it. Andover brings it back into the zone. They have nothing, though. And we get a whistle. It looks like we're going to get a call.
Well, the calls aren't going our way. Our calls are not going our way up here in Andover.
No, they are not. I think those Andover refs or coaches might have paid off these refs, potentially.
But the boys are playing aggressive, and sometimes the calls don't go your way when that happens.
It is what it is, but onto the box, probably for a tripping. I missed the call, but I'm guessing it was a trip. Officer Ross over there getting his workout on that door.
He's earning his volunteer hours.
He really is. Oh, no, John, that's just parent duties. Those are no volunteer hours. So he's over there doing his civic duty as a parent of this team. Andover win that draw, but Stu tried to get it out.
That one should come outside the zone here. That was on Andover.
Nope, it looks like
Wow. Okay.
the ref again with the calls are going to go back towards Andover. Again, John, I'm debating whether or not these refs a little flavored on Andover. I'm joking, of course.
Well,
Andover winning the draw, goes D to D, shot from the point. Jake again, though, that hot glove. They just can't make anything work with that glove side. They're going to have to do better than a weak shot from the point to get anything by Jake. Schulte with trying to win the faceoff draw. Andover comes out with the better half of it. It's like Kraus back there tying up his man. They're able to chip it out of the zone. I don't think this is going to go the full length. We'll see what that. No, and they are not able to clear ice it, so that works out for our benefit. Boys, Schulte is again too much for them to really handle at this point. Andover, though, gains possession, tries to chip it in. Kraus is back, banks it off the board, and is able to get it back out, and that's going to cause an offsides.
you know, I've noticed tonight we're really aggressive on the PK in their zone. I mean, we're sending two guys, and Andover's struggling with it. They are not able to break that puck out and create.
Yeah, they have not been able to do much on this power plays. They've had their fair chances to figure it out, but they're not. Their passes are looking good, though. Boys are battling along the far side boards there. Ross with an attempt to get it out. Andover defenseman steps up and is able to get it. Walks it up right under the house and takes a shot right in front of Jake. Jake, though, with a great blocker or pad save. Ross trying to hit his guy. Andover intercepts the pass attempt, takes a shot, and Jake again with his hot glove.
Great save by Jake. They're right there on the hash marks. Picked one off, and it looks like they're going to leave the same boys out there. They're going to leave the forwards out there and change up the D.
I know.
What is that?
I don't know. All right, boys, break it out of the zone. Gazzoni to Ross. Ross dumps it in deep. Looks like he's going to turn and go for a change. Gazzoni continues to pressure deep in the zone. Pitzel is up there to support. Pitzel with a little bit of a mid-ice collision. Doesn't deter them, though. Gazzoni, though, with some quick hands. They drop it back as we killed the penalty. Chalstrom from the point. Shot deflects wide in the top of the goalie. Max is able to keep it in the zone. Green trying to beat the race to the puck to the blue line. They're able to hold possession of the zone. Pitzel again pressuring behind the net. Chalstrom gets it as it exits the zone. Fortunately, he brings it back across the blue line, and that's going to be an offsides. We'll see where the refs decide to do this face-off dot. They might bring this back to the other side. Looks like they're going to give it to us. All right, we got Isaac back in the face-off dot. Isaac wins that face-off, goes back over to Drew Milich. Drew's battling to keep the possession of the puck. It's knocked down, and he's going to get a call. Andover's going to the box. We're going to get our first SLPCR power play.
All right, let's go, boys.
We'll take it. Let's see what we can do.
Minute 20 left in the first. Let's create some opportunities here and see if we can bury one.
All right, our first shift's going to be Green, Olsen, Milich, Peterson, and Chalstrom out there for our first power play line. Isaac loses that draw, but Milich is there to support and pressure. Milich picks it up, tries to do a toe drag. It just doesn't work. Chalstrom gets it, does a slap shot from the point, but hits traffic in front and is intercepted. Andover able to clear it back out to the neutral zone. Chalstrom chips it back into the offensive zone, but Andover picks it back up, brings it back behind their net. Andover with some passes to clear it. Michael's able to get there and chip it back in deep in their zone. Need our boys to start connecting with some passes here. Michael stepping up to hold the zone. Drew Milich over to pick it up. Andover able to clear the zone. Max over to Charlstrom. Charlstrom rushing it. Mid-ice collision, but he's able to work through it and clear it into the zone. Isaac picks it up. Got 33 seconds left of this power play. Only 18 seconds left of the shift, or the period. See if the boys can just capitalize on it before the end of the shift. We haven't had much on activity on shots on goal. There we go. Max Peterson gets it. Tries to chip it out front. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out, and that gives us to the end of this first period. Andover's outplaying us, John. 8 shots on goal to 3 shots on goal. We haven't had much on shots on goal in quite a while in this first period.
I don't think we've had a good scoring opportunity yet.
We have not.
But the boys need to regroup here. Coach Kravitz and Carlin are going to sit the boys down and see if they can talk some sense into them here.
Yeah, hopefully they can regroup and maybe make a couple coaching strategy changes and come out fired up. It looks like we got 1:10 left of this penalty, although that seems like a long time. Maybe they weren't able to adjust the penalty down from 1:30 or from 2 minutes down to 1:30. I don't know. What do you think, John?
Yeah, I would agree. I think they got about 10-20 seconds left.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. There's a good chance that penalty clock is not correct.
Looks like the Zebras are over there trying to figure it out right now. Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of things that we can be really happy with yet today. So the boys got to regroup here and get ready for the second period.
Yeah, they gotta dial it up a level. This is our first hard District 10 game that we're facing. It's like our starting lineup going into the second period is going to be the 3 S's: Stone, Schulte, Stewart, with Vaughn and Hamas, or Norman and Hamas as your starting D, and obviously Jake Oswald between the pipes. Scrum on the faceoff. Stewart comes out with it, rushing it into the zone. He's got speed. He tries to get it into the corner. And over there to pressure. Stone picks it up. Looking for somebody out front. He's trying to get it to Schulte. Schulte gets intercepted. Andover is able to pick it up. Andover brings it out of the zone. Liam Hamas trying to stay with his guy as he enters the defensive zone. Schulte back behind the net trying to pick it up. He's able to get possession of that puck. Schulte's rushing it out of the zone. Gets it in deep into the offensive zone, and that will kill the penalty. Stone brings it back to Liam Hamas. Liam back to Stone. Stone tries to center it to Schulte, but it gets intercepted by Andover, who brings it back out of the zone and rushes it into our zone. Liam tries to step up. Puck slides through, and Jake's able to cover on that.
Yeah, this is not the momentum we wanted to see out of this game right away. We want to see the boys get rolling, and so far, we haven't seen much of that.
Yeah, they're struggling here, and it'd be nice to see them start connecting with passes. And Isaac Olsen, again, doesn't come up with it. Again, our face-off draws are some of our biggest struggles on this entire team. We're not winning very many of those face-offs, which is creating some pressure right off the bat. JoJo Ross tries to get out of the zone. He's intercepted. Oh, and the Andover defenseman fumbles it. It comes out of the zone. Again, the Andover defenseman fumbles it. Ross tries to go wide to Pitzel, but Pitzel misread the play or Ross misread it, and unfortunately the two can't connect. Pressuring. Carlin gets it in the neutral zone, tries to give it back to Ross. Gazzoni's after it right now. Jackson Krause tries to come back. Oh, and then, man, was that a close call? And it looks like we're going to get a checking call.
The calls are not going our way.
No, they're really not. It looks like JoJo Ross is going to get some counseling from his own father in the box here.
Ross and Ross over there in the box.
Yeah, the Ross family is getting some more family time. We're back on the PK. 12:52 left in the second period. It's like Milic wins that faceoff draw. Charlstrom's able to get it behind her net and clear it. Luckily, it doesn't go the distance of the ice, so no penalty or no icing calls made. Andover bringing it back in the zone, but they're running into traffic as they do. Milic behind the net picks up the puck. We get a whistle, but I'm not certain what for. Do you know what that's for, John?
No, we're going to have to wait and see what the Zebras have to say here on this one. Maybe man in the crease right outside the zone here.
Yeah, we're getting a face-off, but, man, that was a delayed offsides if it was. Milic again winning it back, straight back to Charlstrom. Charlstrom clearing it, but unfortunately that's going to go the distance of the ice, and we're going to need an icing.
Well, sometimes you just need to take some minutes off the clock, and
yeah,
looks like that's what Charlstrom was going for on that one.
Milic is doing a great job. So far, he's 2 for 2 with his face-off draws here. Milic again in the face-off dot. Let's see if he can do it a third time here. Andover wins that draw. Jake, though, tries to scoop it up. It goes wide of the net. Milic again picks it up, tries to pass it over to Green. He's able to connect. Green gets it out at least into the neutral zone. Loses it to Andover. Andover walks it in. Andover's 15 brings it in. Walks around. Charlstrom is able to center the pass, but nobody's home. Milic into the offensive zone. Just can't find the handle on the puck. Unfortunately, Andover brings it back in. We walk around. Number 2 brings it, shoots it. Goes, did Jake get a hand?
Just wide, look like.
Shoots it a little bit wide, maybe. Drew brings it back into the offensive zone. Got 11 seconds left of this penalty kill. Number 2 again, walking around players. Centers it. 15 from Andover, tries to throw it up front. Jake gets a blocker on it. Will Stewart picks it up, trying to get it out of the zone. That kills our penalty. Back full strength. Andover.
Now they're going to call that one offsides.
They got it offsides. But
I think they could have got a cross-checking on that.
I was going to say, that looked like a penalty to me.
Our way tonight.
That definitely looked like a penalty to me.
That was 2 steps towards the boards with the arms up. That's not good.
Got Stone back out there with Schulte and Stu, the 3 S's. Or with Schulte. You win that faceoff drive. Schulte gets it in deep. We need this top line to start producing something here. Again, we're still stuck at 3 shots on goal. Stu gets it, drops it back to Vaughn. Vaughn takes a shot from the point, but it gets tipped wide. Liam rushes it up to maintain possession of the zone. Schulte and Liam Amos trying to pick it up and battle along the boards. They're not able to maintain possession. They get it out, but Von Norman's there to pick it up. He rushes it up, chips it up. Andover intercepts that pass. Try to get it out of the zone. Schulte's there to maintain possession. Stone battling along the board. Schulte swoops in to pick the puck up. Stone gets it. Gets it over to Stu. Back to Vaughn. Vaughn tries to take a shot, but it gets deflected off of a pad. Stewart again picks it up. They drive it into the zone, but out it comes. Liam Hamas drops back to pick it up. Passes it over to Vaughn. Vaughn passes it to Schulte. Schulte bringing it back into the zone. Takes a shot. Goes off the stick of the goalie. Stewart's able to get it in the corner. Takes another shot. Oh! Good
Rings
shot.
the bell of the goalie.
Schulte to Liam. Liam back up to Schulte. Schulte looking for somebody in front. Oh, Stone with a backhander. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Stewart with a backhander. But Andover is able to clear it. That's going to go the distance of the icing. He'll be coming back with an offsides.
Wow, that's much better. A little bit of offensive
This
pressure.
is the kind of pressure we're looking for.
Some great scoring opportunities. Whatever Coach Rob said during intermission, got these boys fired up, and here they go. Let's go.
Hopefully this next line's able to do the same thing. Will Pitzel, Gazzoni, and Ross on his sides. Carlin and Kraus back for D. Andover's able to maintain possession off that faceoff. They get it out of the zone. Chip it out. Kraus beats Andover back to the puck, but he tries to bank it off the boards. It can't make it out of the zone. Andover able to maintain possession in the zone. They try to bring it around the back of our boards. Ross passes it cross ice to Gazzoni, who gets it in deep into our zone, or to their zone. Will Pitzel tries to center it over to Kraus. Kraus able to hold the zone. Kraus again with a big play to keep the zone. Unfortunately, his play trying to go back in the zone gets intercepted by Andover, and they bring it back out to the neutral zone. Gazzoni again bringing it back up. Not able to maintain the handle on it. Ross bringing it into the offensive zone. Andover there, though, to step up. They try to clear the zone, and they chip it out into the boards.
Sloppy. Pretty sloppy tonight. I mean,
Yeah.
They got to get focused on communicating and making those passes. And moving
Well, he's
the puck.
definitely need to step up and clean up their passes here a little bit. Isaac Olson in the faceoff dot ties up his man, is able to maintain zone possession, comes out with the puck, gets it out front, but Andover tips it out back behind the goalie. Andover brings it out of the zone. They get it deep into our defensive zone. Chalstrom back to pick it up behind the goalie. Isaac Olson and Chalstrom having a little bit of a miscommunication on who's going to carry that puck. Olson to Drew. Drew trying to bring it in the zone, but unfortunately it's going to be offsides.
That's the puck. That's showtime. You know, we call that the garbage zone, right around the blue line. Like, we'd like to see most players skate across the blue line and dump it deep or pass it. Anything you try to do around the blue line, either blue line winds up kind of in the garbage can.
Yeah, you get too fancy and you lose it, and usually doesn't pan out for you. Andover wins that faceoff draw. Andover bringing it into our zone. The first Andover defenseman or forward walks around Max Peterson, then gets around Chalstrom. They bring it around the net. Drew there to pressure. Unfortunately, Andover still maintains possession in their zone. They bring it around the back of the net. She's looking for somebody. She throws it out in front. Fortunately, gets tipped and goes high. From the point, number 21 from Andover takes a shot. It goes tipped wide. Andover again is a lot. Drew intercepts the pass and is able to carry it out of the zone. Tries to walk around the two defenders, but they are able to center him. Isaac holding the blue line. Andover, though, intercepts it, or is able to take it away. Chalstrom picks it up. Coach must not be happy with Isaac. He's yelling for him to make a change. Isaac's breaking back. Shot, but it goes off the pad of Jake. Drew Milich behind the net. He's going to send it the length of the ice to get them a change, which is probably something they really needed there.
Yeah, I think those boys have been out there a little while, and
yeah,
they had some opportunities in the offensive zone, but Let's get some fresh legs out there and see what the next group can do. Here comes Triple S package.
Shots on goal, 13 Andover, 5 for SLPCR. So
we're going to have to find a way to get some more shots on goal.
Yeah, you can't score unless you're shooting that puck. And unfortunately, we're just not getting enough offensive zone pressure time. Kunapa's SLP wins that draw. Liam tries to ring it around the boards. Unfortunately, it doesn't get through, and Andover is able to hold the zone. Shot on net by Andover. Jake, though, steps up again. Schulte gets the puck behind her goalie, rushes it out of the zone. He chips it in deep. He's looking for somebody out front. He tries to drop it back behind the net. Fortunately, Andover's the only one there. Liam steps up to hold the zone. He dumps it in back deep. Andover, though, picks it up, tries to rush it out, lands on the stick of Liam Amos. He goes D to D to Vaughn. Vaughn passes it up to Schulte, who gets it in, dumps it in deep. But unfortunately, as he tries to do it, it hits the netting. That's going to get a whistle and a line change coming. Still 0-0 here. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left of this second period. 14 shots on goal. Andover, 5 for SLPCR. Will Pitzel wins that shot or that faceoff back to Kraus. Kraus passes it up to Ross. Ross tries to hit Kraus again, but unfortunately it's taken away by an Andover player, clears the zone. Carlin drops back. Pitzel picks it up behind her net. Is being pressured immediately. JoJo Ross hits Gazzoni, who's walking it in. Gets it in deep into the zone. Maintains possession of it. Loses it just behind the net. But JoJo's Ross is there to support along with Will Pitzel. Gazzoni's in front. Gets a shot, but he just can't get a handle on that shot. And the goalie comes up big.
Well, I like that.
That was a great opportunity.
I like the movement in the offensive zone. That's the first opportunity we've had on the doorstep where...
that's the kind of plays that we need to repeat. Fortunately, they're not going to get an opportunity as they make a line change.
I would leave them out there. They had a good chance. They controlled the zone.
I would agree.
Give them another shot at it.
Olsen loses that faceoff draw. Andover behind their net. Milic is there to pressure. Fortunately, Kraus wasn't along the board, so he loses it. Kraus goes over to Carlin. They bring it back into the zone. Andover's able to pick it up. Andover regains possession, brings it back out to the neutral zone. Walks it back in. A shot from the side. Jake's able to make the save. The ref kind of gave us a little hand there with a hits him. Milic along the boards here battling out. I know you can't see it at home, but Olsen walks it in. Olsen with a great opportunity, but it gets, I think the Andover player got a stick on it there, and he wasn't able to get a full shot off there, but that was a great opportunity. Kraus, shot attempt from the point, hit some traffic in front. Carlin, shot again from the point, but it goes wide. Green with an attempt. Carlin bringing it back, or Kraus bringing it back in. Unfortunately, an Andover player was able to step up, and we got a 2-on-1. Carlin versus the Andover player.
Oh my God!
Oh my gosh! Jake goes post to post on that one. Comes up big.
Huge save by Oswald. That was blown D-zone coverage. Coming back. Carlin turns the other way, leaves his man wide open. Unfortunately, got turned around there, and they had a great scoring opportunity shut down by Oswald.
We needed that one, or we needed Jake on that one, and
you got him, Billy. You got him there, Billy.
Got some fresh legs out there. Stone comes up with that draw win. Stone tries to get it in, or tries to make a pass to Schulte, but unfortunately it's just a little too far out of his reach. Puck goes the distance of the ice, and we're going to come back. Andover coming out with that face-off win. Circling behind the net. Pass attempt intercepted by Stewart, who drives it in net or deep. Andover gets a stick on it. Stu goes behind the net to Schulte. Schulte to Chalstrom. Chalstrom takes a shot from the point. It's tipped by Stewart, but goes wide. Stewart again behind the net to Stone. Stone looking for activity in front. Stone again behind the net. Passes it back to his point. Chalstrom. Chalstrom again slap shot from the point, but goes wide. Max Peterson steps it in and keeps it in the zone. Stu tries to pass it to Max, but unfortunately the pass is off its mark. It goes the distance of the ice. Number 2 is there to pressure from Andover. That kid is fast and shifty. They're going to have to make sure they keep on him. Stone brings it into the zone, drops it over to Schulte, or Stewart. Stewart takes a shot, hits traffic in front. Oh! And Stone with a shot finds the back of the net finally, and we go up 1-0.
I mean, you know what set that whole play up? I think it was Stone who brought the puck across the blue line, and he mohawks. He doesn't drive right up the middle and try to do it on his own. He mohawks and looks for his partner. The first pass was a little bit of a mishit. They wind up with possession, and they're able to bury the puck.
That's exactly what we need. I'm happy that Trevor was able to make it, and that he's clearly feeling well enough to play today.
He looks good. He looks fine to me.
I haven't seen the stats, but I would guess that he's the top player. This next line that might have fired him up is they drive it in deep. Liam trying to hold the zone. Kind of a risky play. Von Norman stepping over to help hold. Jojo Ross in the neutral zone drops it back to Von, who dumps it in deep. Rings around the board. Gazzoni's the first to it. Gets to Liam. Unfortunately, the bounce is not good. It's too much, though, as Andover comes in. And our boys cut him off. Will Pitzel driving it in deep. See what he can do. He takes a shot. I think he went 5-0. He goes 5-0 on the goalie. And that's going to be 2-0. SLPCR is suddenly pressing Andover.
I'm not going to lie. That's a big-time goal. Driving outside like you're supposed to. Takes a look for his buddy in the middle. Decides to take the shot. Goes low on the ice. Beats the Andover goalie. And now we got 2 different lines. 2 goals. SLPCR up 2-rip.
As you said, that first goal, I think, fired up that last line. And hopefully we keep it up. And Isaac Olsen again pressuring. And unfortunately tries to toe drag up the middle. That doesn't work out well for him as Andover is able to easily take that puck away. Drews, though, cut off sides as he had a mid-ice collision. Not able to get back on sides before they would bring the puck back in. And
good to see the boys moving the puck and finding the back of the net. This is kind of what we expected here early, but it took them a while to get going.
Hopefully this momentum keeps going in our favor here. We got 1:03 left in the second period. Andover comes out with that faceoff win. Kraus, though, there to step up. Unfortunately, it's a skate of an Andover player.
Oh,
Jake
oh
again.
my God.
Jake again.
Where did he come up with that one?
What is happening?
Tic-tac-toe down low by Andover and Oswald. Back of the leg, clamps it down and makes the save.
Incredible performance by Jake Oswald. We just continue to see him step up game after game and stand on his head for our team. Not much gets by him.
No, he's a great goalie, and we're lucky to have him. Keep the boys on track here, supporting Oswald.
Andover again wins that face-off. Our boys there to pressure, but Andover's doing a good job at maintaining puck possession in their zone, in our zone. Schulte brings it out. He goes wide. He's got Stone with him on a 2-on-0. Stone again. Schulte to Stone. Stone buries that puck. This line, the triple S's are a real deal.
The unselfish play, realizing that he had lost a little bit of control of that, just sliding over his buddy, and Stone buries it. Great play by the Panthers. They're refocusing on unselfish play, and it's produced 3 goals in the last 3 minutes.
It's incredible to watch this line and what they can do. Hopefully some of the younger players are watching them and understanding the game from them more as they get older and develop their own game and understanding the importance of team play. It looks like we're in an interference call. Charlstrom going to the box for an interference.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just got a little bit off the puck there and got his arms up a little bit high.
And it looks like we got 11 seconds left of this second period, and the boys will get a little bit of a break and be able to come up with a strategy here for the PK.
Not going to happen on Oswald.
Andover.
He is so big right now.
Andover with another great play. Pass right out front. The Andover player tries to bury the back of the net, but Oswald just is such a good goaltender. Not much fools him, and he reads the play.
I mean, he is moving. His chest is up. He's playing big. I mean, Oswald looks great.
He does.
And he saved us twice today, where this could have been a lot closer than it is right now.
Oh, it really should be a tied game, John. If we don't have Oswald in net, I mean, depending on who you have in net, I mean, we might be a tied game. I mean, or down. I mean, the shots on goal are 18-9.
Lesson learned from the shots on goal. Put it on goal on this kid.
Yep.
I mean, we're 3 for 9 here on shots on goal. Oswald shut them down. Hopefully, those 2 saves at the end of the period give the boys a little bit of momentum here going into the third. Kill this penalty, and let's get back on the board again.
Yeah, I agree.
We've got, actually, right next to us, we've got Phil and Laura.
Yeah.
These two were just in Las Vegas last weekend for the F1 race. What did you guys think of the race? Phil, big fan of the F1 racing. Actually, I was there with Laura. It was a super fun weekend. He taught us all about F1 racing, and if there's any way these boys can move anywhere close to as fast as those cars move, this game will tilt really quick.
Well, let's see if they come out firing on the third period, because we're going to need it. We got 1:19 left of this penalty kill, and we need to come up strong.
Kill this penalty off and get back on track here.
It's like we're getting ready for the face-off. We come out with that. Schulte wins that face-off job. Stewart walks it in. Oh, and he tries to backhander it. Just goes wide. Got tipped there. Stu continuing to battle. Andover finally able to get possession of it. Liam gets possession of it. Drops it back over to Stu. Stu again fights through. Too much for Andover to handle. Stewart comes up with it. Goes wide, takes a shot, gets deflected over the net. Schulte's the first one there. You'd think that we were on the power play at this point. Andover finally able to get it. They got a little bit of a rush. Let's see what our defenseman can do. Doesn't even make it to them before Schulte takes it away. Number 2 again from Andover, though. He's a shifty, fast player. He drives it in front of the net. Tries to backhander, not able to get anything on it. And we get a whistle behind the net. Not sure what's going on. It's like maybe Von Norman going back to the sin bin. Him and Michael are going to be able to have some conversation. So we'll have a 5-on-3 for the next 19 seconds and then a 5-on-4.
This is a critical turning point in this matchup here. If they can kill this penalty, then get after the next one, then we can get some momentum going back like we did towards the end of the second.
These are the small moments. Liam behind the net there had a collision. They both went down, and I think Vaughn stepped up to try to defend his teammate, but we lose the face-off. Shot from the point gets deflected wide. Andover's first there to it. Puck goes around the back of the net. Krause is there to get it. Tries to flick it out. Fortunately, Andover's defenseman is there. Another shot attempt, but unfortunately it gets deflected by Pitzel. Pitzel again pressuring. We're back to 5-on-4. Shot gets deflected wide by, I believe Kraus got a stick on that, hits the netting, and we get a whistle.
Well, the boys are in attack mode. They're playing an aggressive PK, which is great, and they were able to keep Andover outside other than that last shot.
Yep. Who's that at the faceoff dot there? Looks like Gazzoni taking the faceoff. Andover wins it. Gazzoni is pressuring nicely, though. Having to make some quick decision. D-to-D pass by Andover. Shoots it from the point. Gets deflected. Goes wide and hits the glass behind Oswald. Kraus there to pressure in the corner. Battling for the puck. Graham Gazzoni charging the point. Andover goes D-to-D. Back over to the winger. Takes a shot again from the corner. Oswald reads it the entire way, though, and covers.
Yeah, we'll take the whistle there and see if they want to change the lines up a little bit and get some fresh feet out there.
Looks like we're going to get some fresh D's out there. We got Max Peterson and Michael Chalstrom out there. We're going to keep the same forwards. Graham Gazzoni taking the face-off with James Ross at his right wing.
That would be Joseph for us.
Graham Gazzoni gets it behind the net. Unfortunately, Andover's number 2 again, that shifty little player, is able to pick it up. Goes back to his D-to-D pass. Number 22 takes a shot. It goes well wide of the net. James Ross is there to pressure. Reading the play. Tries to intercept the pass. Just missed it. Not able to do much. Again, 22 from the point. Takes a shot, but gets again deflected by Max Peterson, who's able to knock it out of the zone. The puck is just wobbling down, which is not going to make it the length of the ice, giving them an opportunity to get some fresh legs on the ice. And it looks like we have officially killed this penalty at this point. Andover trying to bring it in the zone. Not making it far. Green there to offer some pressure. Andover able to recoup the possession of the puck. They bring it in, but Chalstrom's there. Pitzel covers his man, who's able to get Gazzoni. Some of the parents are not very happy with the lack of a call here behind the net.
I mean, that's the definition of interference. A player not playing the puck and pulling down another player.
Yeah, the refs are, and now it looks like we're going to get a call for a trip. See who it's against here. I missed.
It's going to be on SLP.
And it's going to be against us again. Michael Chalstrom serving a second sentence in the box.
I don't like that. They missed one behind the net.
I would agree. They really tied Will up there, and it had nothing to do with the puck. And then they call Chalstrom for the trip. We got Isaac, Green, Vaughn, and Hamas out there. Isaac wins it back. Liam rips it around the boards. Unfortunately, it might not make it all the way out. Nope. Andover's able to get there to hold it. Vaughn and Green take team the Andover player, and they're able to rush it out of the zone. Green gets it in deep. Isaac's back there. Andover regroups. Liam versus Andover. Coming back. Liam Hamas pressures, but he's able to center it. Unfortunately for Andover, nobody's home to capitalize on that opportunity. Vaughn back. Olsen supporting in the back of the corner with Vaughn. Isaac Olsen comes up with the puck, skates it right out the middle of the ice. He's got Green to support him. He walks around the first player, tries to go.
That was a Michigan.
Trying to go between the legs and top shelf. Doesn't work. Liam Hamas trying to cut up the middle of the ice. Keeps it in deep. Helping kill this penalty. We got 21 seconds left. We get a whistle. I'm not certain who's going, but now it looks like
should be number 8 for Andover.
I
think who they're going to take on that one.
Perfect. Looks like Liam Hamas there got drew us a penalty.
Well, we'll take 4-on-4. We got the
We'll take
talent
it.
and the speed. If we can get some time at 4-on-4, we love this.
You didn't know, John, Liam Hamas is wearing 63 in honor of Brad Marchand.
I did not know that.
That's been his hero for the past 5 years, and actually disgraced Boston after they traded him, but then it turned out to be the greatest thing in his ever because he got to cheer for a winning Stanley Cup team then. Now we own a bunch of Panther gear, but he prides himself in trying to draw penalties, so I like that call. I'm sure he's happy. And we're officially on the power play now with a minute left. Spring Lake Park tries to pressure. Unfortunately, we're not able to hold the blue line. Kraus picks it up. Tries to get it up. It's intercepted by Schulte. Battle on our blue line. Schulte gets possession. He comes up. He's in on all by himself right now. Takes a shot from a hard angle. Easy save by the Andover goalie. Andover chipping it right around our defenseman, Carlin. Luckily, Stewart's there. Picks it up, walks it in. Had a 3-on-1 there. Offering some pressure. Coach is going to go for a line change. I'm not necessarily agreeing with that. I think that you keep the same line out at this point.
I mean, I would have given those boys 20 more seconds here.
Give them a little bit more time there.
Maybe change the D.
Pitzel, though, I like him at center. He drops it back. Unfortunately, gets knocked too far out of the reach of Max Peterson. Max is able to win the battle back over to the corner. Ross dumps it in deep. Andover chips it out of the zone. Brings it back to that number 2 kid. This kid's fast and shifty. Andover with a shot.
Jake just looks in command. He's outside at the top of the crease, focused. He's centered on the puck. He looks great today.
Yeah, he's dialed in. I gotta imagine his save percentage is up there, if not one of the best goalies in this state, for sure in District 10, I would imagine. Number 2 comes out with it from Andover, drops it over to 22, and she buries it in that top right corner. Make no mistake, she knew where she was looking for.
Well, and nothing on Jake on that one, just a breakdown in D-zone coverage. She got in tight and was able to bury it high.
That was a good goal. There's not much you can do on some of these goals, and
9 minutes left here, 3-1 SLPCR.
Let's see if the boys can come up big.
Next goal's a big one.
Next one.
Next goal's a big one.
It is. Isaac Olson with a face-off win. Tries to do it all and walks up the middle. Unfortunately, Andover then strips some of it. Liam Hamas dropping back. And from a hard angle, somehow Andover finds the back of the net again. And suddenly this game is 3-2. I don't know how that one found the back of the net.
We needed to capitalize on that power play and keep the momentum going. Andover found it, and now they've got 2 on the board.
Looks like Coach decided to make a new change at the forwards, left the same D out there. I'm sure Jake is beating himself up over that one.
It didn't look like he saw it all the way in. I'm not sure what happened on that one.
Knowing Jake, something probably got in his way, and he wasn't able to read that play. Stone battling through the neutral zone here. He brings it up wide. Slides it over to Schulte, who gets a backhander. Fortunately, their goalie's able to slide over and get a good save. Andover clears it the length of the ice. It's going to be an icing. Be coming back here.
Well, we got 8:14 to go. It's 9:50 at night. Billy, what do you guys have going on tomorrow?
We're going to go over to the in-laws' place, or actually my aunt and uncle. Do a little turkey time over there, and then probably the Jimmer compound.
In the afternoon, evening?
Yeah, in the evening. Try to work off the Blackout Wednesday issues that I developed tonight. I'm prone to concussions, John.
It happens.
It does. Andover again has seemed to find some motivation as they bring it into our zone. Behind their net, we're going to get a whistle and a tripping call.
Oh, man.
That's going to be against us again. Going back on the PK.
The penalties are just not tilted in our favor tonight.
This is not working out. It looks
That
like
one,
Carlin.
when you stop moving your feet and you got to reach, then that's when those lazy penalties come in. And
I'd really like to see the coach start playing a dedicated PK, especially in tough moments like this where we're only down by a goal. These are crucial moments. Kitzel in the faceoff dot here. Gets tied up. Max gets to it first, chips it off the glass. Unfortunately, it's not able to make it through the Andover player. JoJo Ross again tries to get it out. Again, doesn't make it out. Oh, and we try to clear it. Can't make it. Michael Chalstrom bringing it up. Trying to get it up to Will Pitzel. He makes it up there. Will wraps it back. Gets it back to Chalstrom. Oh, and we're in a vulnerable spot. Luckily, it doesn't. Now we're getting a 2-on-1. Max versus two of the Andover players. Max able to get a stick on it. Luckily, Jake slides over and makes a cover in the crease. But, man, that was a dangerous play. Both our defensemen need to read that and be dropping back. Coach is going to go for a line change. Looks like we got Von Norman, Liam Hamas, Schulte, and Stewart out there. Battling for it. Liam picks it up. Redirects it, going back the other direction. Tries to chip it past. It hits the ref. Schulte grabbing it. Andover is able to strip him. Goes off the skate of Von Norman. Stewart brings it back up. Gets intercepted again by Andover. Nope, Stewart ends up with it. Schulte's able to at least get it out of the zone. Battle in the neutral zone. Number 2 from Andover gets it, but Stewart gets it, brings it back up. Loses his edge. And Andover's able to get it back out. Andover gets it into the zone, but Von Norman there to pick it up. Liam there to support. Andover with a shot. Goes off of Jake Oswald, and then we get a whistle. I'm not certain what the whistle is for. Oh, it looks like the net came off its foundation. What do you call those things?
the pegs.
The pegs, yeah, there we go.
It's off the pegs. We're going to get the whistle here. We're going to get a line change, too, and let's get something going here.
Looks like we're back to full strength, too, so Isaac Olsen's line's back out there. Isaac wins it nicely back to Max Peterson. Max trying to get it out, but Andover's D able to hold it. Goes over to Carlin. Carlin trying to get it out of the zone. I'm sorry, Green trying to get it out of the zone. Battling along the boards here. Drew Milich picks it up in the neutrals. It brings it into the neutral zone. Drew walks it in, goes wide. Cuts in front. Oh, and he throws it out there, but it's not able to find the back of the net. Isaac Olsen picks up the rebound. It gets it in between the pads of the goalie. Suddenly we got a 4-on-2 game.
You know, that whole thing starts out with a great drive by Drew Milich wide. He puts it on the right pad, knee high on the goalie. That creates a rebound and a scoring opportunity for us, and Olsen goes low and finds the back of the net.
Yeah, Isaac did not miss on that. Goes 5-hole and exposes the goalie. He then wins the faceoff draw. Unfortunately, it's like a slow draw back. Max is able to get it eventually, and the boys get it out of the zone. Green bringing it up, passes it over to Drew Milich. He loses the handle on the puck. He tries to drop it back to Isaac Olsen, and over there to pressure. Isaac, though, comes up with it, tries to pass it over to Drew. Gets intercepted. Andover picks it up. Isaac again gets it over to Drew. Drew takes it. Oh, and he just can't get the handle on the shot. Green passes it back to Max Peterson, who takes a shot. It goes just wide of the net. Chalstrom there to pressure Andover. It's like Green's going for a change. Drew Milich grabs the puck, and as he's falling, gets a shot off. Fortunately, it's saved by the Andover goaltender. Isaac Olsen continuing to pressure behind that net. Stu comes flying off the bench and gets a shot. Not much on it, unfortunately, and so Andover goalie is able to make a save. Andover's looking for a change as they dump it in deep. As we regroup, Stu tries to go through some traffic, unfortunately doesn't make it. Max Peterson with a great stick to disrupt the Andover's zone entry. Andover wins that battle along the board, though. Not able to get through Chalstrom. SLPCR able to get it out to the neutral zone. The Zoni goes down on a check. I'm surprised he didn't get called there.
Two missed calls right there in the neutral zone.
Ross, and we're going to get a call. We'll see what they're going to call here, but it better be against
They're going to
Andover.
bring up Olsen here. They're going to bring up Olsen.
Oh, they're not calling us. They're calling
we got
Isaac Olsen for an interference, but there was a blatant check down here along the boards.
two missed calls in the neutral zone right there.
I don't understand this one bit. These refs are not calling this game very fairly, in my opinion, John.
They don't like the black, and they don't like the blackout Wednesday.
Apparently so.
Are they even American?
They must not be. I don't think they're going to celebrate Turkey Day tomorrow. They're going to go sit in their dungeons and be very upset about the way life is going for them. Andover wins that draw. They're pressuring. A shot from the point. Gets deflected up by one of their players. Hits the back. Jake did not have a chance at that one as it gets deflected up and over his glove side and goes top shelf. Just like that. Andover's back.
That was a great play by Andover, but the opportunity created by what I would say is some pretty poor officiating.
Well,
I don't like to get after the Zebras much, but that was not good. We should have been on the power play there.
I agree 100% with you, John. That was a bad call by the Stripes. Now we're getting some controversy with the Andover coaches over there. I don't know what they're complaining about.
I think they taunted the goalie after, so I think the Zebra is giving them a little. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna call a penalty. Oh no, they're not.
No, they're not. Of course they're not, John.
They're gonna give a warning.
Andover comes out with that win. Number 2 breaks it into the zone fast. Takes a shot again. Jake, though, comes up big. Now we got a scrum in front of the net. We got a lot of haymakers being thrown by Andover. Andover better be going to the net for that one.
Well, you got to circle the wagon on that one. I mean, if they're up in our goalie's face after the whistle.
Looks like they're going to take both their defensemen, Von Norman and Liam Hamas, along with 2 of their players. No, only 1 of their players? These refs, they're only going to take Liam Hamas, it looks like. So they're taking 1 of each.
They're going to hand out coincidentals to try to maintain control of the game here, but I don't know. That one, again, I don't agree with that call either.
They're going to let it be a 5-on-5 hockey. Let's see what the ref's actually calling here. Hitzel wins that draw. Graham Gazzoni swipes in and is able to drive it out of the zone. Chips it off the boards. Wins the battle along the boards here. Drives it in deep. Andover picks it up. Hitzel able to keep the zone. Throws it on net, but doesn't have much on it, and the goalie decides to cover it.
Even that
nice
play on Graham
zone.
Gazzoni, there's angling, and then at Pee-wee's, everything should be through the hips. And that kid right there put his shoulder into him and rubbed him off the puck. I mean, that's a penalty in Pee-wee's.
Well, not according to these refs.
No, that's another missed call against the Huskies.
Our boys are trying to hold the zone. Andover, unfortunately, is able to chip it out. Andover's number 2 brings it in. He walks onto the inside of Kraus. Goes down in front of the net.
Oh, they might have got away with one there.
Yeah, I thought so too. Another shot on net. Scrum again in front of the net.
Oh, man, they're going to bring Pitzel to the box for that one. It was after the whistle. That's not a good penalty. We don't need another guy in the box.
Yeah, Will Pitzel back to the box, and that's going to leave us shorthanded again. with still 3 minutes, lots of time of this game. We're going to have a 5-on-4. Let's see it.
I mean, you want to let the boys play, but you want to let the boys play here. Come on. You can't take it out of their hands.
I don't know what's going on. Seems to be a little bit of a confusion on who is going to be out on the ice there, but it looks like we're going to go with Stone and Stewart is our forwards, which I do believe is the right call at this point. Got to do everything we can to protect this lead.
Oh, see him there.
Stone loses the handle at the blue line. Andover able to hold possession, takes a shot. Weak angled shot though, and Jake's able to easily save that one. Max Peterson going on the rush, driving it into the offensive zone.
Angling, but with an elbow. I mean, it just...
Fans are yelling here. These refs are...
Take them both. Take them both. Hopefully
they got two players again going to the box. These refs are just calling everything on everybody, but
this one's heating up. The refs let it get out of control early in the game, and this is what happens now.
Yep.
You know, you start getting a couple guys in the box, and the bench starts to look a little thin.
Andover coaches are fired up there. Looks like they're yelling at the refs.
They've gotten away with a half a dozen
I don't know how
today,
I don't know, understand how they can be upset about anything. Isaac Olsen at the faceoff dot. Andover comes away with it. They take a shot from the point, not able to get much on it, and Jake's able to get an easy save there. Isaac trying to get it out. Unfortunately, it's intercepted by the Andover player who gets a shot, hits the pipe, goes wide. Jake reads that one all the way as he tries to take it from the point. And now, finally, Andover's going to the box for a cross-check. About time that these refs open their eyes and see some penalties.
You got to call that one. Stick and gloves up in the face with a hard push.
That was a blatant cross-check.
We got 29 seconds left on Will Pitzel's penalty, and now we got 1:30 up there for Andover.
See what Stone and Stewart can do here. They got Kraus and looks like who's that? Carlin out with them. Andover gets it. Got 1:55 left of this game. It looks like we're going to have a power play coming up here in the 19 seconds. Kraus dropping back to pick it up. Chips it out of the zone. Stone dropping back to pick it up. So one-on-one versus Stone. Stone's got support with Stewart. Andover's able to tie up Stone, though, and he's not able to get a shot off or a pass. Stone comes away with it. Tries to choke drag. Doesn't work out for him, though. Andover bringing it back into our zone. Goes off the pads of Chalstrom. Stewart picks it up in our zone. Andover maintains possession of it behind the net.
SLP at full strength.
Stewart grabs possession, passes it over to Stone. It's a 2-on-1 as we enter the zone. Drop that pass to Stewart. Takes a shot. Oh! Stu trying to get a shot on the rebound. Got his own rebound there. Fortunately, it goes just through the crease and goes wide. Again, and it's just going to be offsides. Will Pitzel misread the play there, and it was offsides by maybe a foot or so. Close. It's going to afford us a line change, though. 6 seconds left of this power play. 34 seconds left of the game.
Let's just try to get the puck deep here, maintain possession, and get this one behind us.
Schulte wins that puck back to Max Peterson. Max gets it, passes it up, just out of the handle or the reach of Ross. Schulte there, the pressure. Jackson Cross steps up,
Deep. Here we go.
Ross gets it, dumps it in deep. Back to Schulte, who passes it right up front to Gazzoni. Just can't get a good clean shot off. Oh no, Andover comes in. Max Peterson with nice defense, pressures them to the outside. JoJo Rice clears it to the length of the ice, and that's going to kill the time of the game. SLPCR wins 4-3 against Andover. What a big win, John.
Despite the the tilt and offset with the refereeing, the boys came up with the win, and it just goes to show how they come through the season. They work hard. They find a way to find the back of the net and get away with one here today.
Yeah, that game was definitely tilted against them, and they were able to somehow dig out of some holes and be able to come up big.
Well, Billy, enjoy your Turkey Day tomorrow, and
Yeah, you too,
we'll
John.
see you this weekend.